Archaeologists have discovered something that defies explanation.
Behind me, evidence of the so-called big friendly giant has been found. The foot does look human, but is clearly gigantic.
Massive remains, strange artifacts, and discoveries of beings far larger than humans.
This is a spectacular bit of human history. They were giants on Earth.
Could this finally be proof of the Nephilim? Because what they have found is unlike anything seen before. Archaeologists working near Pompeii, Italy, made a remarkable discovery: the petrified remains of a horse. But there were two details that have absolutely stunned them. It was found inside the stable of an ancient villa, buried by Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD. The find was made in Civita Juliana, a suburban area north of Pompeii, known for being one of the wealthier regions during the Roman Empire. The first detail that shocked them was that it still had its harness and saddle, which was next to impossible, considering how it got buried in the first place. The natural incident Mount Vesuvius was at such a large scale. Barely anything survived.
Anche poi l'altra volta pure mi era venuto, poi me l'ha raccontato, me lo sono andata a rivedere.
Yet it had its saddle and harness both made with fragile fabrics and leather. But the second was what truly left them with their mouths open. The size of the horse was far larger than a normal horse. Since this was found in Italy, that region didn't have massive horses like Shire, which aren't native to Italy. They have studied it closely, but they cannot give any answer that supports modern science.
Però purtroppo si è ripiegato.
Giant finger discovery. Swiss entrepreneur Gregor Spurry stumbled upon something in Egypt that continues to puzzle archaeologists even today. While visiting Cairo, Spurry met a local grave robber who offered, for a fee, to show him an ancient relic wrapped in tattered rags. The man revealed a massive finger, roughly 15 inches long, with leathery skin, wrinkles, and a faint but visible fingernail. It looked disturbingly human, just impossibly large. According to Spurry, the man even produced an X-ray that supposedly proved the finger had a real bone structure inside it. Spurry was allowed to take photos, but couldn't purchase or remove it. Those few photos, showing him holding the massive finger next to a measuring scale, later circulated online, and they quickly became the center of a mystery that refuses to fade. It belonged to a human being that had to be around 16 feet tall, something far beyond any known human species. After Spurry left Egypt, he reportedly tried to track down the man and the artifact years later, but both mysteriously disappeared. Frozen Bigfoot.
You could tell the immense size of the creature by comparing it to my head.
The story centers around what's said to be a juvenile Sasquatch, allegedly found and frozen sometime around 1953. According to the claim, the creature's body was supposedly preserved in slabs of dry ice, both above and below, and stored in a large freezer unit. The footage and photos that circulate today usually show a dark, ape-humanoid hybrid figure encased in frost, with thick hair and frozen features that appear oddly lifelike. The creature's facial proportions, hand structure, and muscle definition seem too realistic to be a dummy.
Can't make judgments about my dad because look at that. If that creature was coming at you, you would do the same thing.
Some enthusiasts even claim that the original find was briefly displayed during sideshows in the 1960s under the name Iceman, before being hidden away. The man in the video even said that it was found by his father and has been passed down through generations since.
My father shot the Bigfoot in 1953. They had to cut it up to get it out of the swamp. I have all the body parts. When my father passed away, that was given to me.
The Lovelock discovery. Deep inside Nevada's Lovelock Cave, archaeologists uncovered something that defied all logic. Enormous humanoid remains were found beneath layers of ancient sediment. The remains were far too large to belong to any ordinary person.
And skeletons that measured between 7 and 8 feet in height, which, for ancient man, would have been rather significant.
Some of the femurs measured nearly twice the length of an average human's, and the heads were massive, with jawbones so big they could easily fit over a normal man's face. Early records from the excavation describe the bones as belonging to red-haired giants, beings that local Paiute legends had spoken of for centuries. Whether these remains were truly from ancient humans or something else entirely, the Lovelock Cave discovery continues to stand as one of the strangest and most debated finds in American archaeology.
Clothing, which was so big, it looked as though they were worn by giants.
Giant of Krabi. In Khao Khanabnam Cave near Krabi, Thailand, a dramatic image began circulating online. A massive giant remains, almost 6 meters tall, alongside a giant serpent's remains.
There's our giant human being. It actually looks pretty cool.
Then videos of this find started coming out showing the same thing, but with better, clearer details. According to the story, the double mound marking the cave's entrance corresponds to the epic battle between a giant and a Naga serpent from local legend. If authentic, the find would rewrite our understanding of ancient giants. And here's the kicker. According to fact-checking by AFP and Snopes, the remains were not real, but an art installation created for the 2018 Biennale. Giant footprint. High in the mountains of Mpumalanga, South Africa, lies a massive footprint pressed deep into solid granite, measuring nearly 4 feet long. The discovery was made famous by researcher Michael Tellinger, who described it as one of the greatest pieces of evidence of ancient giants.
The giant footprint. In my opinion, probably the greatest example of a giant footprint.
According to him, the print could be over 200 million years old, possibly dating back to the Precambrian era, long before humans supposedly existed. The footprint is so detailed, with clear toe shapes and proportional depth, that many struggle to believe it's just a natural formation, which is why even after 5 years, it has not been debunked by anyone.
This spectacular site became obviously quite an attraction and a curiosity among the locals.
Giant hands of Egypt. Beneath Egypt's desert sands, archaeologists uncovered something that didn't match any record. Enormous giant hands, which were eerily human-like in shape. These were fossilized and buried near an ancient palace site. Some were found beside a throne chamber, others scattered in the surrounding pits. Each hand measured far beyond normal human size, their proportions disturbingly precise. Experts couldn't trace their origin or purpose, but many believe they once belonged to figures of myth, giants perhaps, or gods worshipped in secret. Whatever they were, their silent presence beneath Egypt's soil suggests history may have buried more than we'll ever truly know. Unidentified remains. While out searching for fossils, a team of researchers discovered an unusual remains that didn't fit any known species. The head was unusually long, the limbs oddly jointed, and the ribcage had a structure no textbook could explain. The bones were confirmed to be real, not crafted, not staged, yet their shape looked almost alien. Some experts labeled it a severe mutation, while others quietly admitted it didn't resemble anything human or animal. Whatever the truth, this discovery sits at the edge of science and the unknown, challenging everything we think we know about life on Earth. Lovers of Leicestershire. In 2008, archaeologists digging in Leicestershire, England, uncovered a haunting sight. 2 shapes buried hand in hand, perfectly preserved through centuries of soil. Both were unusually tall, standing nearly 8 feet, their remains dating back to the 14th century. No records, no markings, no clues about their story. Yet the way they were placed spoke louder than any inscription could. 2 people laid to rest together, bound by something that time itself couldn't separate. It's a quiet mystery that still touches everyone who sees them. Giant sword. During an excavation in Greece, archaeologists uncovered a find straight out of legend, a massive sword buried deep beneath the soil. What shocked everyone was its enormous size, nearly twice as long as a human. Its ancient design and craftsmanship suggested it wasn't just a ceremonial piece. This was a weapon built to be wielded, though by whom, no one knows. Some believe it belonged to a giant warrior from myth, one of the great beings said to have walked the earth long before recorded history. Whether fact or fable, one thing's certain: whoever held that sword held a story too big to be forgotten. Rock illusion. Not all discoveries are the same, and a few aren't even what they seem like. 3 years ago, a YouTuber sent his drone soaring above a mountain range, hoping to capture some stunning aerial shots. But mid-flight, one frame showed something unbelievable: a massive face carved into the rock. The features were clear and human, almost too perfect to be natural. Thinking he discovered something mysterious, he rushed to upload the footage online. Viewers were amazed, calling it proof of a hidden giant or some forgotten monument. But then came the twist. After analyzing the clip, people realized it wasn't an unknown discovery at all. The mystery face was actually Mount Rushmore, seen from a tricky angle and partially covered by fog and vegetation. Nephilim door. Deep within a canyon in the American Southwest, a lone hiker stumbled upon something straight out of legend: a stone doorway carved into the cliffs, standing nearly 60 feet tall and 15 feet wide.
Nephilim door.
The structure looked deliberate, its surface unnaturally smooth, its edges perfectly framed like an entryway to another realm. Locals call it the Nephilim door, linking it to ancient stories of giants that once walked the earth. No one knows who carved it or why. Some believe it conceals a hidden chamber. Others say it opens only through forgotten rituals.
Near where the citadel was discovered in the Grand Canyon.
For now, it remains sealed and silent, a colossal mystery carved into stone. Giant Naga. Along the banks of Thailand's Kek River, a local discovered the petrified remains of a giant that gained so much attraction. The park official had to quarantine the site for 15 days for research. This shocking discovery happened in late September, inside Thung Salayang Luang National Park, which spans Thailand's Phetchabun and Phitsanulok provinces. The woman who discovered it shared photos and videos on TikTok and Facebook, where they went viral almost instantly. The massive stone had a cracked surface pattern that resembled scales, and its curved edges formed what looked like the open mouth and eye socket of a serpent. Locals began calling it the Naga head, referring to the mythical serpent deity deeply rooted in Thai and Southeast Asian folklore, a being said to guard rivers and serve as a link between the human and spirit worlds. Park officials, while welcoming visitors, also urged everyone to respect the environment, asking believers to take back their offerings and trash to preserve the site's natural beauty. While geologists suggest that the formation is a result of erosion and natural cracking caused by the sun and river flow, others remain convinced that it's a spiritual sign, a manifestation of the Naga itself. Giants. In Arizona, while studying the rugged Superstition Mountains in Arizona, USA, a group of geologists noticed a small cave entrance high above the jagged cliffs. Inside, their camera picked up a massive humanoid face, its expression eerily lifelike. No records exist of who might have created it, but the Superstition Mountains are already surrounded by legends, tales of hidden treasure, lost civilizations, and sacred lands protected by spirits. Some researchers believe that this could possibly be a carving rather than petrified remains. However, the outer shell was too thick for them to be able to take a proper sample. Petrified monster. A bizarre video recently went viral online, leaving viewers divided and completely baffled. Is it a rock, or is it actually the petrified body of a massive alligator? The clip shows what appears to be a gigantic reptilian shape lodged beneath a large rock, with a structure so defined that it's hard to believe it formed naturally. From the snout to the scaly tail, the formation looks eerily lifelike, as if the creature had been frozen in stone mid-movement. People across social media platforms have been debating the footage relentlessly. Some claim it's just a strange coincidence of erosion, a rock shaped over thousands of years to resemble an animal. Others believe it could be the remains of an ancient species, long fossilized and only recently uncovered. If the formation is made of sedimentary rock replaced by silica, it's possible that it could be a true fossilized specimen. Petrified giant turtle.
You see this? Do you see this? It's nature!
In the video, you can clearly see this massive turtle shape, complete with what looks like a shell, a head outline, and even texture that resembles aged skin or scales. Some viewers instantly claimed it's proof of an ancient, fossilized creature, possibly one that lived thousands of years ago and somehow turned to stone over time. It shows what people are calling a petrified giant turtle, discovered somewhere in Peru, and it's been stirring a lot of debate online. Geologists who've seen stills from the video have pointed out that Peru's mountain regions are full of sedimentary and volcanic rock formations that can naturally take on organic shapes. But because no one has officially studied or measured the turtle rock, we don't know if it's a real fossil or not.
And it's awesome!
Forest face. While recording animal sounds in a forest somewhere near South Dakota, a wildlife expert, Jonathan Andrews, stumbled upon something eerie inside of a tree. Its bark was shaped like a human face. The formation wasn't carved, it was completely natural. The eyes, nose, and mouth were all faint but distinct, like a spirit frozen in the wood. Some say it's just a case of pareidolia, the brain seeing patterns that aren't there. But this was caught on camera and the shape is quite visible, and those who've seen the footage describe it as unsettlingly lifelike. Stone giant. A group of hikers in Greece couldn't believe what they saw, an enormous face carved into the canyon walls. It wasn't man-made, at least not by anyone known today. The rock's natural lines formed eyes, a nose, and a mouth that seemed to stare right at them. Some locals claim the canyon has always felt strange, almost alive. Experts call it erosion and shadow tricks, but seeing it in person tells a different story. Whether it's a geological accident or a relic of something ancient, that massive stone face still leaves visitors feeling one thing: watched. Ancient giant stump. In Portland, Oregon, an arborist, a tree surgeon, made a discovery that quickly caught scientists' attention. What looked like an ordinary boulder turned out to be a petrified tree stump.
And I just wanted to show you this amazing, beautiful petrified stump.
Estimated to be nearly 5 million years old. It resembled the remains of a massive sequoia, buried by an ancient landslide and slowly transformed into stone. But when researchers analyzed it, they found something no one expected: traces of human DNA mixed within its structure. That finding completely changed how they viewed it. Maybe it wasn't just a tree after all, but part of something far bigger, possibly even a fragment of a being that once stood among giants. Frozen tracks. In an undisclosed Kentucky town, a man stepped outside one morning and froze. Pressed deep into the snow were enormous footprints, 3 wide toes ending in sharp, claw-like impressions. They stretched far across his yard, space too long for any human stride. He circled them with his camera, trying to make sense of what he was seeing. That night, curiosity turned to fear. He set up a camera, hoping to catch whatever made them, but nothing came back, just the wind sweeping the snow clean, erasing every trace of what had walked there. Stone faces. There are moments where nature shapes the land in ways that feel almost alive. Around the world, entire mountain slopes have been found to resemble giant human faces, eyes, noses, and mouths carved with eerie perfection. Ancient travelers once treated these formations as sacred, believing they were ancestors turned to stone, guardians watching over the land. Scientists today call them natural erosion patterns, formed by centuries of wind, rain, and shifting earth. But standing before one, it's easy to understand why people thought the mountains were staring right back. Giant riverhead?
I found a skull or a bone or something of some sort in the bed of the river.
Did find a.
During a trek in the Pacific Northwest, a group of explorers stumbled upon something strange buried in a muddy riverbed, a massive head half hidden beneath the water. At first, they thought it was a bear's.
There we go. Oh, it is a bear. It is definitely a bear skull.
That's not a bear skull.
Actually, that is not a bear skull. You're right. Holy cow, dude. That is not a bear.
But cleaning it revealed something far stranger.
Dude, is that a primate skull?
I mean, yeah, that's not a bear, that's a primate.
But that's not a human skull.
Its jawline was wider, the teeth sharper, and the structure didn't match any known animal. Some said it looked like a giant primate. Others thought it resembled an unknown species. Even more unsettling, a small, clean hole marked the top of the remains. Whether ancient, mutated, or something undiscovered, no one's been able to explain it. Petrified giant. In 2021, a tourist traveling through Israel's remote mountain ranges came across something that stopped him in his tracks. From a distance, it looked like a strangely shaped boulder, the kind of natural formation that easily tricks the eye. But as he got closer, the outline became clearer, and what he saw next didn't feel like nature's doing at all. The massive shape appeared to resemble a seated human figure, but far larger than any human seen today. And the condition of his petrification suggests that thousands of years may have passed since he was alive. The Terracotta Army. In 1974, farmers in Shanxi, China, accidentally struck one of the most jaw-dropping finds in history, an underground army of life-size clay soldiers. Each warrior had a distinct face, hairstyle, and armor, all sculpted over 2,000 years ago to guard Emperor Qin Shi Huang in the afterlife. Excavations later revealed over 8,000 soldiers, along with horses and chariots, stretching across vast underground chambers. What began as a simple well-digging turned into a window to an empire's beliefs about death, loyalty, and eternity. A silent army still standing watch beneath the earth. Titan discovery. Back in 2012, researchers in Argentina uncovered something that might completely reshape our understanding of prehistoric life. While excavating a rocky hillside, they unearthed massive dinosaur bones, including 20 tail vertebrae, fragments of a pelvis, and parts of a chest plate. The size of the remains was staggering, far surpassing that of the Argentinosaurus, long considered the largest dinosaur ever discovered. Based on early estimates, this creature could have weighed over 100 tons, making it one of the biggest animals to ever walk the earth. Scientists are still searching for leg bones to confirm its full height, a discovery that could redefine Earth's age of giants. Perfect monster.
Scientists have unearthed a 100 million year old dinosaur fossil, the Elasmosaurus, not so long ago, about 140 million years ago.
In the sun-baked plains of Western Queensland, Australia, scientists made an extraordinary find. The first complete Elasmosaurus fossil ever discovered. This ancient marine reptile, dating back roughly 100 million years, was found with its head still attached to its body, a preservation so rare it left experts speechless. The specimen turned out to be a juvenile, offering scientists a rare glimpse into how these long-necked sea creatures grew and evolved. It's strange to imagine the same land now covered in red dust and dry grass was once a vast ocean, ruled by massive reptiles gliding through the depths. Today, that fossil rests in the Museum of Tropical Queensland, perfectly frozen in time. Real Cyclops? While working farmland in the American Midwest, a group of workers unearthed something that didn't belong beneath the soil. A massive head, unlike anything they had seen before.
Sort of human-like, only much bigger and a little stranger. Next thing you know, you have a Cyclops.
Its size alone was astonishing, but what truly froze everyone was the single, hollow opening in the center of its forehead. Experts rushed to the site, debating whether it could be a case of cyclopia, a rare developmental disorder, or proof of something far more ancient. The skull's proportions, nearly 9 feet tall if complete, made even the most skeptical pause. To this day, no one has fully explained where it came from or who it once belonged to. The Cardiff Giant. In 1896, farmer William Newell made headlines when he uncovered a giant human-like figure buried on his land in Cardiff, New York. The find caused a sensation. Locals claimed it was proof of ancient giants once walking the earth. Thousands came to see the mysterious stone body, standing over 10 feet tall, carved in lifelike detail. But soon, the truth unraveled. It was a hoax crafted by George Hull, who had the figure carved from gypsum and buried to fool the curious. Even after the deception was revealed, many refused to let go of the belief that real giants once existed. Today, the Cardiff Giant sits in a museum, a fascinating blend of mystery, history, and human imagination. Another giant turtle? In northern Venezuela, paleontologists made an extraordinary discovery: the fossilized remains of a massive freshwater turtle that lived around 11 million years ago. This prehistoric giant, known as Stupendemys geographicus, dwarfed every modern turtle ever known. Its shell stretched over 2.4 meters long, so heavy that it took 7 people just to move one piece. Male turtles carried a horn-like bump on the front of their shells, likely used in combat or defense. This creature wasn't just large, it was built like a living tank, ruling ancient rivers and wetlands with unmatched size and strength. Frozen mammoth. While digging near Eureka Creek in Canada's Yukon, miners struck something incredible, and it wasn't gold. Buried deep in the permafrost was the mummified remains of a woolly mammoth, perfectly preserved for nearly 30,000 years. Measuring about 4.5 feet long, the calf still had its hair, skin, and tiny trunk intact, frozen in stunning detail. Scientists believe she was just a month old when she got trapped and preserved by nature's icy grip. They named her Nun Cho Ga, in the local language, a haunting reminder that time doesn't remove everything. Sometimes it protects it. Sea giant.
I think I found a dinosaur. Those were the words of Joe Davis, who works at Rutland Water Nature Reserve, fossilized remains of a 10-meter-long sea creature that lived 250 million years ago.
When workers began landscaping near Rutland Water in England, they stumbled upon something that looked nothing like a rock. At first glance, it appeared to be a strange shape buried in the mud. Long, curved, and eerily structured, like the spine of some enormous creature.
And thought, hang on, that looks different. There's something there that's different. And it had organic features on, almost like where it connects onto the rib.
Once the experts arrived, the mystery deepened. As they cleared away layers of earth, a massive head emerged, followed by an entire skeleton stretching 10 meters long or 33 feet, larger than a normal bus. What they'd uncovered wasn't just any fossil, but an ichthyosaur, a prehistoric sea predator that once ruled the oceans between 50 and 90 million years ago. This one was the largest ever found in the UK, perfectly fossilized in stone. The ancient creature had been buried under layers of mud for millions of years. Sleeping fossil. Back in 2011, a worker digging in northern Alberta, Canada, came across something that didn't look like ordinary rock. When scientists studied it, they realized it was the fossilized remains of a massive nodosaur, an 18-foot-long, 3,000-pound armored dinosaur so well preserved it looked almost alive. Its skin, scales, and even the pattern of its armor were still visible, perfectly locked in stone. Researchers believe it sank into the sea millions of years ago, where mud and minerals sealed it like a time capsule. The discovery was so detailed that many called it the Sleeping Dragon. Cave of Giants. High in a remote mountain range, explorers stumbled upon a cave unlike any other. Its walls were covered in strange carvings, spirals, symbols, and figures that looked deliberate, almost like a forgotten language.
Holy shit! What's his face?
Deeper inside, they found a massive stone face, its eyes hollow yet lifelike, watching over the entrance. Some said it was natural erosion, but the features were too precise, like someone or something had carved it long ago.
Oh my goodness.
He's guardian. He's a giant.
Standing there in the flickering light, it was hard not to feel as if the legends of ancient giants might hold a piece of truth. Now it's time for today's most astonishing discovery of giants on our planet. In 2014, a story erupted online that immediately caught the attention of both the public and those fascinated by the unexplained. Archaeologists near Uluru, Australia's sacred red monolith, had stumbled upon the petrified remains of a human giant, standing over 5 meters tall, buried deep beneath the desert sands. The article claimed the site included ancient ruins, enormous megalithic structures, and tools far larger than any ordinary human could wield. Photos and videos circulated rapidly, showing massive remains and sprawling stone constructions, supposedly documented by researchers from the Australian National University. For many, it seemed like tangible proof of the ancient giants mentioned in myths and Aboriginal legends. But once ANU denied these claims, skepticism followed. The alleged research team was found to be fictitious, and investigations traced the story to World News Daily Report, a site known for creating viral fabrications. Yet even with the official debunking, the fascination hasn't faded. Even now, photos and clips claiming to reveal giant skeletons near Uluru continue to circulate.